Here are 3 things Christianity didn't invent. Hi everyone, I'm Wim, and today I want to talk about 3 big ideas that many Christians assume are unique to Christianity and the Bible, but they're not. These concepts didn't start with Yahweh or Jesus. They were already part of human civilization centuries, sometimes over 1,000 years, before Christianity emerged. 1. Creation through speech. You've probably heard this line from Genesis. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Many people take that as a uniquely biblical idea, that the universe was brought into existence through divine speech. Most scholars think this creation account is part of the priestly source or P source, which was composed between 571 and 486 BCE, in response to Babylonian creation myths during or after the Babylonian exile. But we have an earlier story from Egypt in which ancient theologians in the Egyptian city of Memphis already described something very similar. The story is found on the Shabaka Stone. The inscription on this stone is dated to 700 BCE, which is already older than the P source, but according to experts, the original story dates back to 2,000 years prior. According to Memphite theology, the god Ptah created the world through thought and speech. He conceived everything in his heart, which they equated with the mind, and spoke it into being with his tongue. The first divine being to emerge from this process, Atum, a god who then creates all the others and brings order to the cosmos. Now here's the interesting part. Atum's role as the first expression of Ptah's speech has clear parallels to the concept of the Logos in Christianity. Both Atum and the Logos/Jesus are depicted as creative intermediaries, expressions of divine thought that bring the universe into being. So no, the idea of speaking the universe into existence didn't start with the Bible. It was already central in ancient Egyptian theology long before. 2. Love for enemies. In the Gospel according to Luke, chapter 6, verses 27 and 28, Jesus says, "But I say to you who are listening, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, pray for those who mistreat you." A radical teaching? It certainly sounds that way in modern sermons, but it wasn't new. In Akkadian wisdom literature from ancient Mesopotamia, we find this advice in the Counsels of Wisdom. Do not return evil to your adversary. Requite with kindness the one who does evil to you. Maintain justice for your enemy. Be friendly to your enemy. That was written well over 1,000 years before the Sermon on the Mount was penned down, as scholars generally place the composition of the Counsels of Wisdom in the Old Babylonian period of circa 1800 to 1500 BCE. So the moral insight that hate should not be repaid with hate, that justice and kindness should extend even to enemies, wasn't original to Jesus. It was already ancient. 3. The Golden Rule. Finally, we have the Golden Rule. Do to others as you would have them do to you, as stated in Luke chapter 6, verse 31. It's often treated as the moral heart of Christianity, and undeniably valuable, but again, it didn't originate with Jesus. Confucius, writing about 500 BCE, wrote in the Analects, Book 15, passage 23, "Do not do to others what you do not want done to yourself." In Jainism, the Sutra Katanga, Book 1, Lecture 11, Section 33, dated to between the 4th and 2nd century BCE, contains the line, a man should wander about treating all creatures as he himself would be treated. This is not a Christian invention. It's a recurring ethical insight that appears in multiple cultures across time based on empathy. So, creation through speech, love for enemies, and the golden rule, all found in Christianity, yes, but none of them originated there. These ideas were already circulating in Egypt, Mesopotamia, China, India, Greece, long before the New Testament was written. Far from being divine revelations exclusive to one religion, they show us that humans everywhere have been grappling with the same core questions. How should we treat each other? Where did the world come from? And how do we live wisely? Thanks for watching. If you found this thought-provoking, hit like, share it, and subscribe for more. See you next time. Bye.